With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, we're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former #1 overall pick, also the former Utah Ute. It's Alex Smith.
And when people believe in you, it is amazing what you can accomplish. Many thought Alex Smith's career was pretty much over in San Francisco, but a new regime came in, and he resurrected his career in a big way. Took San Francisco to the NFC Championship game before moving on to Kansas City and playing really well for the Chiefs, too.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On second down, here's Smith over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Macklin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition, because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Macklin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Again, Smith. Over the middle, open is Thomas. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. Throwing again is Smith, and he's got his man. That's Macklin. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And this will be complete. Smith finding Macklin. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He's got time. Gonna look deep for Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, That'll drive a team towards a victory.
Caught. Kelsey, left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. And we're back to Arrowhead after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a... Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Now a carry for Terrence McGee. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
They'll look to throw here. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
Come on, let's go.
They'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
It's a pickup of 19. And the Browns are going to have a first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
first and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
He's got time in the pocket. He hits West underneath. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And quickly, they get to the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs defense here ready to head back out onto the field. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop it.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Still on his feet. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll look to throw again. That's caught at the 2. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come up in an offset eye.
Here we go. Flex round. Ohio, let's go. Let's go.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll run with McGee. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the and this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big tight end in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Everyone's got 4 down.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Chiefs defense getting ready to roll. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that.
Right.
Totally missed it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game-changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Let's go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll set up a throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Let's go.
This is McGee. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
4 down. Here we go. 1, 9, 9.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They come out here in the eye. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
On first down, it's Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Smith turns and gives to West. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
Quick slant. That's caught by the veteran Macklin. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught by Wilson for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His throw incomplete. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shreds the tackle. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And the play clock's running down. Here's Thomas. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's Smith now on second down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking for
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alex Okafor. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run again here with West. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. They got to get to the... And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They got to get to the 23 here on third. They'll run it with West. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Barth puts it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. He's back to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go!
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Chiefs, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.